Sorry about the not so great space and maybe echoey. I'm just downstairs in my basement. It's the middle of the night, and if I'm being honest, I can't sleep. So today I have to drive to Calgary to sign some papers, take a photograph for like my WestJet rake and things like that. And you know, for those of you that don't know me, I'm absolutely terrified of driving. I didn't get my license until I was 17 years old, and even when I got it, I went to Hudson Bay, Saskatchewan to get it, and there's no street lights there. There's like one three-way stop. There's not much going on there. That just shows how nervous I am of a driver. But my boyfriend is coming with me to Calgary, as well as my son and my dog Lala. We're all going. And I'm actually still going to drive just because I want to break this habit of feeling nervous. So like, I'm not nervous in my own hometown. That doesn't bother me at all because I grew up here and I know these roads inside and out, and I feel totally comfortable. It's anytime I'm in a city that I don't know where I am, because I find that in the city is like, if you get lost, it's like this one's a one-way street and this one you can't go down and this one this, and it's like, I don't know, I just find it really confusing. But we're going to break these fears and these, I don't know, habits of, you know, staying in a comfortable shell. I want to feel uncomfortable. I want to feel proud of myself, and I just want to like get through it, kind of thing. But anyways, like I said, it's in the middle of the night and I'm not able to sleep because I feel sick. I literally have broken out in cold sore, not from being run down, but just like probably stress. I only have one more week at home before I have to go to my training, which is 5 weeks long if I make it till the end. And as exciting as that is, it's also terrifying for me because I am a mom and I've never been away from my son for that long. So it's just a lot is hitting me all at once. I literally can't stop crying. And I want to be honest with you guys about that because I just want you to know, like, doing something like this, going to training if you want to be a flight attendant, how it takes up a chunk of time. And if it is away from base, how you can't stay at home and you have to travel and be away from your family, that it can be difficult. I just want to be honest about that because it's the truth. And this channel is going to be about, you know, me and my truth, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm really sad, but I know that it will be for the best. So if it doesn't work out for my family, it doesn't work out for my family, but I'm going to definitely try, and there's no harm in that. Anyways, like I said, I had to fill out some paperwork, and I just wanted to share with you guys because some of you who are watching this have clicked this video because you are Canadian and you want to work for a Canadian base for a flight attendant. So one of the applications that I had to do is an application for airport keys and access. Now, I don't necessarily know even what any of this all means, but I'm just letting you know that that is one of the forms I had to fill out. So that is just a form to have access to the airport. If you're needing parking at your base, which I will need, you have to do a parking permit application. Basically, it just tells them, you know, my name, what company I work for, my license plate number, what kind of vehicle I have, and then it tells me what lot I'm supposed to be parked in, and that is the only lot I'm allowed to park in. So for me, for YYC, my parking lot is orange, and so that is where I have to park. Next, you have to fill out a Calgary Airport Authority mandate vaccination policy. So basically all it is it just states that you're vaccinated. You have to have proof with a QR code. And then you also just have to fill out this little paperwork that states that, that they asked you whether you are vaccinated or not, because it is a must right now, at least. And then I had to fill out a application for rake or badge in my papers. So again, I don't necessarily know what a rake is. I will know more as I go to training. All I know is these are forms I had to fill out before I go to training, so that I have access to the airport and I'm able to walk through the airport and go to wherever I need to go. Another thing is, just because you do have a badge or a rake does not mean you have full access of an airport. It means you have access to what you need access to. So just because, you know, I'm able to go in and go to certain places does not mean I get to go all over the airport. So it's kind of like a need to know basis thing. And it's really important to have your rake, because if you don't have it, then you can't go in anywhere. And if someone's not wearing their rake, then you have to report it. Like, I guess it's like a really important thing. Again, I'll know more once I go for training. I also had to do, so I just have an email here that I pass. It says, you have passed the YYC Security Awareness Program module. So there was a module that I had to do. One was for National Airport, and then one was for YYC, which is my local airport. And you have passed CASAP National Module. Again, that's what I said, National Module. Last thing is Certificate of Completion for Active Shooter Preparedness. It kind of like surprised me. I wasn't expecting to learn all that stuff before I go to training, but I know it's really important, obviously, with open shooters or hijackers or whatever it is. And yeah, it's just important knowledge. But in general, like, I could be working at Original Joe's and someone could come in there and start firing. It's really interesting to hear what the protocol should be and like what to do in a situation like that, because I mean, you might think it will never happen to you, but it could. I was actually in a Tim Hortons in my hometown, and my son, my boyfriend, and I were sitting down and we're just like eating our supper, and someone jumped over the register and started screaming at this chick demanding the cash register, right? Like, it's just something that you wouldn't expect would happen, but can, right? So it is good to know what to do in a situation like that. And then the last thing that I had to do was transportation security clearance application, and that's through Transport Canada. Honestly, guys, the paperwork, it was a lot, like a lot, because I find forms difficult for some reason. Like when my son was born, I needed a bunch of forms to have help because I was a single parent, and I remember filling them all out, and I'm like, hey, this one goes where, and what do I put here, and this and this and what, and like, it just always is really confusing to me. And luckily with my company, they were very helpful with emails and helping me know what to put where. And yeah, so basically I had to send those all in a PDF form to them. They looked it over, made sure it was fine. If it wasn't good, they emailed me back and told me what errors I'd have to fix. And so now today I have to drive to Calgary and I have to go to the pass office, and I have an appointment there at 4 o'clock. And they just have to go over all these forms with me, make sure they're all correct, whether I have to retype them or not, and then sign them and get my photo taken. And I believe that's all, but I'll let you guys know if more things happen. And like I said, I wasn't planning to like make this video like this in my dungy, freezing cold basement with my hair a mess and no makeup on and just look crazy, but this is my life. And I'm not always put together. In fact, more days than not, I'm not. And I feel sad and I feel emotional and I'm sick to my stomach right now. So I just want to be transparent with that, but follow along for my ride to Calgary and everything else to come. Thanks. You can see top up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, how?
Oh God. Hey guys, so for you guys, it's still the same video, but for me, it's already been another 24 hours since the beginning of this video. And so I just wanted to update you guys on Calgary and how it went. So we started driving, it was a really foggy morning, and the fog kind of cleared out, and I said to my boyfriend, I was like, well, at least it's not raining, because I can't stand rain. I'm scared of driving in rain. Then it started raining. And then I said to him, I said, well, at least it's not snowing, because snow's the worst. And I shit you not, it started snowing. And that's just how it works, right? And so I'm on Highway 2. I believe that's what it's called. It's like from Red Deer to Calgary. It's a really busy, fast-paced highway, and it is snowing. Like, I can't see in front of me. Like, there's snow coming down. Like, it is thick, and like the roads are getting bad. And I just said to my boyfriend, I said, you know what? Like, it's not worth it. Like, this isn't worth it. Like, you have to drive. Like, I'll get more comfortable as I go, especially since I have 5 weeks training in Calgary soon. But right now, this ain't the time to try on this highway. And so I pulled over just like an hour out of Calgary, and he drove us the rest in. Then he just dropped me off at the airport, which I've never been to, and I thought it was going to be really confusing to navigate. But I opened my email, and in the email it says exactly where I need to go and who I need to speak with, and just like how to get there. And if you follow the directions, you'll be fine. I'm really bad with directions, and I didn't get lost. So yeah, it was up on the 3rd floor, and it was my in-flight crew room, and there was lots of flight attendants and pilots in there, and I was chatting with them. And you guys, they were so easygoing. They were seriously so nice, so welcoming, uplifting. And where I work right now at Original Joe's, that's how it is there. But I know it's not like that everywhere you work. Like, sometimes you work somewhere and you're really outcasted, or with seniority or whatever. And with this was complete opposite. Like, I'm a person who doesn't even necessarily work for them yet. I haven't even passed my training, and they were so nice. And if that's any indication to how this is gonna go and the people I get to work with, I'm honestly just like honored that they liked me enough to pick me to even do the training, because they are so sweet. And basically what I did in the in-flight crew room was sign all that paperwork that I showed you guys. And then from there, I walked down this like long airport to the pass room. And from there, I just waited for my appointment, and my appointment was at 4. But unfortunately, there was a no-show at 3. Unfortunately for that person, I mean, it worked for me because I got to go in there at 3. But they made it very clear that you cannot miss this appointment. Like, you'll be charged $50 if you miss it, and you have to rebook. And for me, that's just not an option, because I live out of town, gas is expensive, I don't like driving, and I'm still working right now at OJ, so I can't really take off more time because I'm about to take off 5 weeks, right? But yeah, so I got to go in, and basically all they did was like look over all my forms. I had to give them my birth certificate as well as my passport. They took my photograph, and they took my fingerprints, and boom, from there I have a rake now. So that's like access to the airport, and it's like this little tag that just says like, so for me, my color is yellow, for example. So I can only go where yellow people are allowed to go. Like, it doesn't mean I'm allowed to go wherever I want to go and I have full range of the airport. No, 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 no. It's like a need to go basis is where you're allowed to go. So that's exciting. And I just felt super, I don't know. I'm just so excited. Like, I know I'm sad, I'm excited, I'm nervous, I'm all the feels, right? But after being there and like talking to some of the people, I'm just like ready. I want to work there so bad. One thing one of the crew members said to me, just as a little tip, they said, trust the process. It's hard. Like, you're gonna have to study a lot, memorize a lot, do a lot of drills and stuff like that, but just trust the process. Do your best, you can do this. And I was kind of glad that she said that, because I do think it's going to be difficult, and I don't think things are just all hunky-dory and I'm going to go and I'm going to kill it. Like, I'm not good at this shit, right? Like, this is hard for me. Like, this is going to be hard. But just hearing trust the process made me have this like secure feeling that like, you know what, this is going to be hard for me, but if I trust the process and I just continue on and I do my best, like, I can do this. Like, I can do this. And yeah. From there, we just checked in the hotel and we went swimming as a family and got skipped the dishes and woke up early and drove home, which I was able to, because today was a clear day. Like, you wouldn't even know that it snowed yesterday in Calgary. I was able to drive from our hotel to the condo that I'm renting to the training camp where I'll be training and all the way home. And I was a little bit nervous with the little circles. There's lots of those circle things where it's like, I don't know what the hell they're called, but with driving, like, I don't know, that makes me nervous. I prefer just a red light, green light, not a circle. But I did pretty good. My boyfriend told me I did run a red light, but I didn't see the red light, so don't know if I ran it. He said it literally turned green just as I got to it. So technically I didn't run a red light, but I would have run the red light. And so gotta watch out for those red lights. Sorry guys that video ended so abruptly. My microphone kind of crapped out. It made a really loud sound and I didn't want to deafen you guys, so I cut that part out. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And look out for my next video when I take you guys to Calgary for training. Thanks. Bye.